I'm gonna starting these. I don't know if anyone is on because like the screen is full of other people's names, but I'm gonna start these earlier now to have a couple more minutes of sharing time. And please do the same if you feel inclined, if you know someone who you think needs to be here. Use your intuition. If people are getting on and are seeing me staring randomly in the screen, I don't see you guys. I am clicking on people to invite them. So that's why I started a little early. So we have a couple more minutes to do that. And it's still gonna take a bit of time. So if you want to go grab something or share yourself to different groups or to your walls or whatnot, that would be awesome. You can do that. And I can't possibly invite 1,000 people, obviously, but we'll try to do what we can. Some of the people already know, like, we got a drill going on when we get on. Especially if we're part of um, the same groups and stuff like that, then you can help me shorten this sharing time by actually sharing it to the groups and let me know that you did, so then I don't have to do it. But if you don't feel like it, just sit back, chillax, and I'll go through a few groups, a few things, and we'll start. Because I tell you, I'm really in need to do this meditation as well myself, and it's gonna be really useful because the stuff I'll talk actually while I do the invites, because there's something I really want to say, why this meditation is important. And actually, let me know if the music is too loud or something. And go ahead and invite people as well at the same time. I see people coming and going, so I don't know who's there, you guys, right now, but I'll I see on my screen. Anyway, I'll just keep going. And so, all right. The thing is, what's going on? If you are a sensitive, if you're an empath, and you're working with the energies, then you already know, of course. But it's different for everyone a little bit. And we need this training. We need to be doing all sorts of training all the time. First of all, honestly, I mean, if you're on here, I assume you're already a soldier. I don't need to assume it. I'm just saying, practicing. You have your routines. You have your favorite methods and shields possibly, and if you don't, if you're just learning, then welcome. And because what's going on that some people may not be aware, that may be participating here, is that, you know, the planet is under a huge squeeze and a huge injection of very, very high intense energies. And that is reflecting in our lives in an unconscious way if we haven't worked with our awareness, and if we have, then a rather conscious way. But one way or another, we have to learn to survive these energies. We have to adapt with them. We have to become basically stronger and be able to observe them coming and going, passing. And I'm not saying I'm not an expert in any way, but the thing is that they keep intensifying, and they keep building up, and it's not actually going to stop, right? So many of you will already know this and some may not. So that's why I'm saying these things, because if you're not aware why your life is getting a little bonkers, and you're not yourself, and you're struggling a lot more mentally, physically, it just feels like you're under a pressure cooker, is because, sorry to tell you if you did not already know this, but you are in a pressure cooker. And basically humanity and everybody on the planet itself, is like in a microwave type situation. From and Go ahead, and I'm doing the sharing thing, but I'm doing it really slow because I'm actually inviting people individually today, which is kind of, nuts, because I never really get a chance to do that, and then people complain. But go ahead and please share to the larger groups while we're getting ready so that we can start. I'll talk in the meantime to explain why this is so important, but it would be really, really, really helpful to share to all the different spiritual groups, so that I don't have to maybe do that tonight. Um, and So, as I was saying, if you don't know, then yeah, the planet and humanity have been going through obviously some very serious processes. It's part of evolution. There's a lot of other beings involved. The cosmos is huge. I'm just like shorthand giving the gist of it, but there's a lot going on, and we are now becoming aware of it physically and mentally. And it's like we're plugging into like a higher voltage network grid than we ever have before as a species, even, and that's what you would have heard people say, like the awakening and the um, ascension process and all these other terminologies that you may have heard already. All right, I'm gonna do the scroll and stop thing now, because I can't possibly invite everyone separately, so that's not gonna happen. And so, for that purpose, we have to practice diligently now through prayer, which is basically the same, energetically speaking, the same as meditation. And let me see who else needs to be invited here. Because I use my intuition. I just kind of do scroll, and then I invite based on intuition, because there's no way that I can do everyone. And you can do the same. It's really fun to actually practice your intuition and to start trusting it, because what you'll notice, the more you allow yourself to do these things, I'm getting off topic a little bit, but it's important. The more you actually utilize your intuition as opposed to your rational brain, the more you will actually start trusting it and seeing that it works amazingly well, much better than your brain. And then you start understanding, oh wow, okay, why was I using my brain? It's so limited, it's so small. Which is so true. Any opportunity that you get to use your brain, to use your intuition, just do it. Like I like to do that with sharing with Facebook. All right, cool. I can't, like I said, I'm just gonna um, do a couple of more people and then share on the bigger groups. And if anybody from the Angel Council is here, please share it to our people, or actually like invite them individually, because that does work better. Like if you send an invite to people, it works better. All right, cool. So we're done with that. Hi guys. Hi. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's the thing. The thing. We're doing the thing where we're staring at the screen. All right, very important for. So also another thing. Anybody who's watching this in the future on replay, be aware, if you aren't already, that Spirit knows its job. All the angels and guides that you have in your life know their job, and they do it very well. and you're not here by accident, and your energy and your intentions, even if you're not conscious of it, your higher self, your destiny, God is always putting the right people together for the right message. So don't actually take anything lightly that we share with each other, because hi Mary Lou, because hi Jeremy, we uh, we are co-creating these experiences at every single moment, and I really insist. Hi Leslie. I really please share to groups, guys. Please do, because it just takes so long um, for me to do it all on my own, and I get all distracted and everything, and that's just. But I'm gonna go down my little list here. Um, while I talk. All right, so very important to start practicing the observer mode, because this is what's happening. Again, anybody who just got on, um, you may already know this, but I feel like I'm guided to really say this. So it must be that there's going to be people watching, or there's people watching now who may not yet be aware of this. So the pressure cooker times that we are under, that are causing the ascension of humanity, are intense energies that our brain and our body, molecular structures, our DNA, all of it, everything you can think of, your nervous system, all of that needs to I'm saying people needs to be upgraded to this higher voltage of electricity, and then therefore this higher awareness. People are starting to see things. People message me all the time, the boards are full, right? We know all this, of all of these abilities that are unlocking in people, scaring the crap out of them, honestly, like contacts from different beings, whereas it used to be the one or two people in your city, or maybe whatever in the past, would have these clairvoyant and all sorts of other abilities. Now it's like everybody, like consciousness is popping all over the place. Therefore, that is without sort of the nefarious. I don't really want to go into that conversation, but yes, we need to acknowledge that there's always different nuances. The cosmos is full of beings, full of dimensions, um, and everybody's got their own agendas. Everybody's doing different things. There always have been. We're just now starting to become sensitive to it. And so in your particular life, we gotta become, and I'm not pretending to be an expert, but we gotta become um, tough and be able to ride those waves, ride and assimilate all of this information that's starting to come at us in a non-rational way, right? In a physical, where was I? Angelic Council. Um, in a very much physical way and mental way. And so that is why I need to practice detachment from the experience itself and the observer mode, because when it becomes overwhelming throughout your day, these practices that we're going to do now give us a resilient habit of the mind and of the body, um, to have like a safety place to go, a safe instrument to chill, like a chill button. Otherwise, I don't know about you, but the microwave, the pressure cooker really just gets bonkers sometimes, and because we know that this is only going to increase, we need to practice. We don't have a choice. So yeah, share out some more or go get your teas. Hi Noah. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. My name is Eve with Intimately Connected. We work together to help people with managing their emotions, healing their emotions, and handling this ascension process, basically joining forces, learning, practicing, channeling together, Let's see, where am I? What did I do? Sorry. So this is the not so fun part of sharing to the different groups, but okay. And I have a couple of more to do. Let me know how the music is, and let me know where you're joining us from. What part of the world are you in? And is it your first time with us? What's happening on your end of this ball? This ball. I'm in Bulgaria right now. And it's 10 p.m. for me, 10:15. Okay, almost done. Cool. Okay. Hi, Michelle, Denver, Colorado. How is So again, for anyone who might have joined at the very end, the reason why I felt, how is the music? Let me know if it's too loud. I think I'm gonna put it down here. Okay, it's definitely not gonna be too loud now. Yeah. Whoa, sorry guys. What just happened? Oh, sorry about that. All right, we're live. Wow, all the technology is freaking out. Okay, ready to start. We took long enough with all the sharing, so again, if you just joined, I did want to point out, your energy is fully participating in this. I want you to be aware, become aware if you're not aware of the fact that really time and space does not exist, and we are beginning to understand what that means and beginning to feel and experience oneness. And that really means that regardless of our distance and regardless of time, even when you're watching this video, we are here together. And my phone is just absolutely trying to fall off this thing today. No problem. Okay, so it's important because your state of being is affecting all of our states of being, and that's not to say anything bad, but it's to begin really living a global experience at all times. The more we feel into each other. Hi, Kate! Honey, would you believe that I was just thinking about you like not even a half an hour ago? Like I was gonna message you. It's so crazy. You heard me. Oh, wow. All right. I'll message you later. So, yes, the more we practice and the more we feel into each other and into the collective experience. Let me know if the music is too loud, guys. I'm so used to it, Kate girl. I'm so used to it now. Anyway, I was just looking at the map for something and Plymouth meeting and all that. So anyway, so I was like in Philly area, energetically. And actually, this is perfect. What just happened, because I was just talking about this 3 seconds before Kate got on. That we are constantly with each other. We are constantly with each other, and we are beginning to see and feel that so much, and it just happened in front of your eyes, where we visit each other in thought. We are together. We are one. And it takes a bit of time. It takes quite a bit of time to start really acknowledging that in your moment by moment by moment experience of life. But that's why we come together, and that's why we do these practices. So we're gonna take all of our guides and all of our spirits and do a meditation where we come together and we practice this new way of being out of our bodies, out of our own minds, out of the noise that creates a sense of separation and creates the veil that we have so far been 1,000% convinced that exists between our bodies, between distances and places, which it doesn't. You're also live streaming? Oh, awesome. There you go. So we'll talk about that for sure. I'm planning on coming to Philly soon. And yeah, okay, cool. Let's do this. So my point is, the more we practice these states, the faster and easier it is for us to just get into them really quick all the time, and they become normal, and they become like riding a bicycle, right? Second nature. That's what I was looking for. So that's it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for creating this space for every single member who will ever participate in this meditation, including myself. Thank you for the power of your intention, the power of your commitment to meet yourself in a potentially uncomfortable and new way. Thank you for having the dedication, the courage to keep showing up, even when you may not feel like it, to putting in the work in co-creating a brand new world on this planet that eliminates duality, separation, fear mongering, anger mongering, harming ourselves and each other through thoughts or words. The planet and all of humanity and myself and all of you, our higher selves, our guides, our angels, cannot express any amount of words, cannot really convey the gratitude and the importance of what we're simply gathering here to do. And I do want to point that out in case you don't realize how important your contribution, your tiny little individual drop of water in the big ocean of humanity is. Because thank God we are becoming fully aware, scientifically and otherwise, of how important and powerful our intentions and our attention is. So you putting your attention here and now with us in this meditation is literally affecting your entire life, my entire life, everybody who's participating now and in the future, and all the humans. If you haven't already, close your eyes, get comfortable, relax. You don't have to do anything in particular. You don't have to be in a particular position. Be whichever way you want. Be confident, be calm, be yourself. Be yourself. Sit as you would, lay as you would, and relax. And smile. And open your heart to everything that I just said, to the appreciation of your own participation. Listen to the music and allow it to take you deeper and deeper into the most pleasant trance, like a baby falling asleep in a cradle, being rocked and surrounded by loving family, a gentle sway in the safety of your universe. Allow that feeling to spread like warm water, warm honey, just waves and waves of warmth and comfort. Dancing on the notes of the music, allowing it to carry you, as you expand and melt together with the sounds. Allow the sounds to penetrate your body and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Put your attention inside of the core of your being, the core of your body. Sink deeper into your toes, into your calf muscles, into your bones, inside your organs. Visit with your attention. Visit anywhere that you feel called. Bring your gentle, loving attention, like a parent, observing, simply noticing what might be going on in your heart. Pumping blood, travel through your blood vessels to unknown destinations within. Allow yourself to be free. Follow randomness, intuition, and visit with yourself. Say thank you. Say thank you to your organs, who silently and diligently continue their hard work day in and day out, unnoticed, unappreciated. Tell them that you are noticing now, that you are appreciating, that you are listening. If there are any areas of your body that are pulling for your attention, go there and start a friendly conversation. Ask how you may be hurting yourself there. Ask if there is a message. Or simply stay. Just stay, be present. Prove to yourself that you care enough to just be present. Don't try to get rid of the pain necessarily if you find discomfort. Teach yourself to watch before you jump to conclusions, before you jump to offer solutions. Simply observe. Practice observing. Like a good friend, most of our aches and pains just need a good friend, just need your attention, meaning just for you to be there, acknowledging, with an open heart, without judgment or blame, without an agenda. It is not an easy thing to do. It requires practice. It requires a perspective of compassion, without the egotistical need to make it go away, or solve the problem, or have demands. Starting with our own bodies, it is a fantastic practice to build the muscle of observation without interference, with kindness and presence. Scan your body, your skin, your head, face, digestive system, and appreciate this perfectly made machine that houses your being, somehow magically manifested for you, just as the sun is, just as the planet is, a magnificent gift from God that we overlook day in and day out. Well, here you are, paying attention, learning, practicing objective, observation that will serve you tremendously in finding solutions and answers, coping with stressful situations, healing yourself, meeting new beings when your senses start opening if they haven't already. This practice of being conscious, present, unaffected, unafraid, non-participatory observer of your human life, this incarnation right now. What is it doing? What is it thinking? What is it feeling? What is it freaking out about? What's hurting on it? What does it believe is difficult or impossible or fun? How does it work? The observer mode is tremendously important. It is paramount to our ascension process, to our growth. So much data is crashing into us, is being pumped into us from Gaia, from the cosmos, from all sorts of galactic beings, angelics, you name it. It's a jungle out there. And we're basically just barely learning to read and interpret and sense our own selves in order for us to begin communicating with anyone. We got to practice communicating with what's already been here this whole time. So practice speaking the language of energy with your organs. Practice reading, interpreting, communicating with your daily little aches and pains. All the triggers, all the stimuli that your basic human experience provides us with are tools to practice with. Observation, communication, interpretation, healing. Please stop taking medicine for any random thing unless it's paramount for your survival at the moment. Don't reach for that pill for the headache. Talk to your head. Scan your head. Be with your head. Show dedication in this brand new language, in this brand new style of living life. And tell yourself, hey, I'm here. I promise I'm gonna show up. Every day I'm gonna show up. And I'm gonna learn how to observe. It's like going and observing an animal that you don't know anything about in the wild, or worse, an animal that you think you know so much about, but really we don't. Allow your energy to spread all the way to infinity around you, spreading outwards, freely flowing with the sounds of the music. Spread yourself, feel the entire universe around you. Feel how infinitely large you are, how infinitely large creation is. Simply be everywhere. Don't try to figure out where that is. Don't try to read anything right now. Just sit back and listen and feel everything. Allow yourself to feel the waves, the sound waves have a frequency that you can feel. The planet has a frequency that you can feel. Picture yourself as I don't know what, one of those electric balls of Nikola Tesla. There's these lamps that they sell where in the center there's a core, and then all these electric currents just sort of hit all over the place. Put out your conscious feelers like that out into the vastness, out into as far as you want, just limitless. And observe the different energies, densities, frequencies, colors, sounds. Watch what you're picking up on. And don't forget to breathe. If your brain is, I can hear someone's brain is just chatterbox, attempting to interpret the experience, which is totally fine. Imagine that you're in a crowd and everybody's chatting at you, like in the office, at a meeting, or in your family home. And everybody's just chatting and chatting and chatting and chatting. At you. And yet you can drift away and just watch. You can just watch anybody, no matter how loud they are. You can step back, disconnect from the noise that they're making, and just observe them making it. Observe any noise like that, no matter what is going on around you right now or inside of you. Even if you're having a panic attack, allow it. Allow the panic attack to rage all through your nervous system, as if you were in a nightclub where the music is so loud you can't even feel your own body. So what? So what? You don't freak out when you're in a nightclub, you enjoy it. The whole place is about to explode, and there you are, just being in all that noise, in all those lights and flashes and people bumping against you. Chaos, complete madness. If you've ever been at a rave, I hope you will understand what I mean, and it's just a fantastic opportunity to allow yourself to go in a trance with the noise, with the chaos. Pull inside your own being, your own experience, the fact that the observer in you, your soul, your God fractal is inside of this body, hearing all of that noise, feeling all of the panic. Let's say you're having a panic attack, or just don't forget to breathe. That is really important. From deep inside of your belly, and focus on that. No matter what is going on around you, no matter what's crashing or burning or panicking, if it's you or people around you, if it's work, if it's traffic, if the aliens are landing, if it's beings from other dimensions, if they're angelic or demonic or anything at all. This feeling of being in the middle of a giant rave is something that you can use if it helps you. What I use actually is my diving experience. When I started diving for the first time, being in the ocean, in that perfect silence, in that endless vastness, floating, completely surrounded by water, connected to everything on this planet through the salt and the water, and your skin dissolve. It's the same type of perception of the observer mode. Dissolve in the crowd, dissolve in the water, dissolve in the panic attack. Allow yourself to completely and totally burst open all your senses, all your molecules. Just picture yourself, and and you just merged with the oneness of every particle, literally every particle of God's creation. And just float. With your breath and the music, or the chaos, or the panic, or the fear. There is nothing to fear, even in the middle of fear. You are eternal. You are a tiny particle of God. The entire cosmos is a quantum field of possibilities, including your existence. I call it the quantum soup. This state of instantly being able to access the melting, the explosion, the merging, the dissolving of you into the quantum field. You can use it anytime throughout your daily life when you just need to be the ocean, become the cosmic quantum field. There's an analogy that I really like. Once you practice this, once you have mastered this state of being, there's a really good analogy that I use for myself. When something irritates me or makes it difficult for me to feel myself or feel the focus, and I can sense my energies being disturbed, let's say. There's this analogy that I really like, which just says if you throw a big rock in the ocean, it simply opens up and swallows it. No bother. Not even a wave. Just down it goes, in, it's fine. But if you throw that same big rock in a puddle, it just explodes everywhere, completely distorted, destroyed. There's another analogy that I used often. There's two more that I personally use for these type of experiences. A flock of birds. If anything is thrown, even a meteor, something huge and powerful, is thrown at a flock of birds or a flock of fish, what do? They just make room for it. They just open around it and they keep flying. Through goes the rock. Flock of birds just flies around it. No bother. Dispersing. Allowing. But not allowing because the ego is desperate to get it over with, or the ego has given up fighting because it has figured out that this particular problem at work or this particular traffic situation or whatever it is is just too much to fight with every time, and it's just sort of given up. It's a different type of, but a true allowing that just says, oh sure, come on in. I'm not disturbed in any way because I understand my capacity is so vast and endless, and I can observe you traveling at top speed towards me through what you may often think are attacks, or righteous attacks sometimes, for sure. The world may think and try and be any way that it wants to be and try and think. And if you see it flying at you, go into your ocean mode or in your rave mode or whatever you find that gives you that ability to instantly and more permanently be cosmic consciousness in that moment or throughout your entire day. We're building towards that, right? But for now, just holding this perspective throughout your day. Observer, observer, observer. It allows us to solve problems, or not even need to solve them, is the interesting thing. Not even need to solve any problems sometimes, because there really aren't any, because we're not getting disturbed or hurt even, or offended, because we don't need to. We can actually hear the person in front of us, their pain, their need. Maybe they really need to communicate something important, where our ego would have jumped in front normally and started battling like a, well, I'm picturing it. I'm very colorful in my head. There's an expression in Bulgaria that says watching a pig fight with a pumpkin or a watermelon. And it's true, like our ego does that all the time. Just there it is, little adorable pig fighting with a watermelon. Like, what are you gonna achieve? We're not listening in that state. We're not receiving. We're certainly not giving. So that is what the observer, just to begin with, what the observer practice is able to give us. And then as the pressure builds up from this planetary shift and this ascension process, is a much, infinitely much stronger and deeper capacity to accept and process and receive the information, the energies, to read new languages, to start learning all of these new galactic languages of light and frequency and sound. I mean, we can't, our minds, our little human ego minds are so small, we cannot process the data that's arriving at us. We're being blasted with it so hard now, and it's gonna get harder and harder and harder. Just like children who go to school, we're not in kindergarten anymore, or we kind of are, but we need to move on, because, and you can't fret about it either. Like, you can't be in high school and look back at the kindergartners and say, well, they're coloring things with pens and pencils, and I want to be coloring things. Why are they having it so easy, and here I have to learn how to do calculus? It's ridiculous. It's too hard. Why they have it so easy over there coloring things? Because they're in kindergarten. were, and so were we. But now these are the new skills. We gotta have them. We gotta have them. So we'll come and we'll practice every day. That's why I do these every day. We start at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. We usually go for about an hour, sometimes 2 hours, depending on what the information is that's coming down. But I'm very grateful for this one because it had been a while since we had done an actual meditation. So I invite you to use the observer mode and this ability to merge with to quantumize your body, your being, to take the um, deeper and higher perspective of your higher self or angelic self, whatever you want to call it, but connect with all of existence in an instant and just expand into infinity, your entire being. Imagine that you actually are the ocean, that you are not you. You don't have your name and your body, but that you are the body of the ocean, the body of water on Gaia. Or imagine that you are Gaia, to start with, maybe, or something else that works for you. Find what works for you, practice, and when you find it, you will instantly be able to. I just had to do it, I had to do it a bunch of times throughout the day today, but I tend to have a very boisterous personality, I can get very loud and energetic and just thunderous, even. And of course, I've asked my friends when they start getting overwhelmed and I'm starting to just push into everybody's auras without realizing it, to give me a few signals. And if I catch myself, when I catch myself, which is a lot lately because of practice, then I just melt and I become the ocean. From this super, super hyper tight ego, mental focus mentality where I'm telling a story or fighting with a situation or whatever it is, um, you just melt. And you take a breath, and it doesn't matter if you're in traffic or at work or there's a problem you cannot solve that's really, really important. Give yourself that opportunity to merge with the quantum field. You will receive an answer once you calm all of that chaos down. So it's useful in a million ways, all the time. Um, and again, especially with everything that's coming, because let me just kind of also mention this in case anybody who's watching doesn't know that, you know, uh, there's a lot of sensitive people who are becoming more and more sensitive, who are awakening to all sorts of different um, brand new experiences. And that may be you, or that may be someone around you that you know. But there's also a lot of people who haven't yet. And so what's happening is that those people, they're still experiencing the same pressure, but for various reasons, to they're not able to accept this truth on a rational level. They're not allowing themselves to wake up, basically, just yet, at least, or maybe never. And you can't control that. But what is happening with those people is that their bodies are still antennas, just like ours. All of our bodies are antennas that are picking up the frequencies of the cosmos. What we do with them is very different and very important. But you, as the sensitive who is working on receiving these energies, are kind of very easily gonna fall into victim mode, and I certainly do often, where I'm not blaming anybody, but I feel like a victim. Like I'm being crushed. It's too much. I'm overwhelmed. I can't handle this. Why? Oh, that's another one. Like, why do I have to live this? And all that stuff. There's many answers to all of this, but my point is just to be aware though that that's going on, and that a lot of the stuff that you might be experiencing is literally, it's 90, I don't know what percentage, but like let's say like 95% of it, I'm making stuff up now, but it's coming from the people around you. It's coming also from people who are not able to process this. They could be your neighbors in the building, they can just be your entire city, all of the planet, basically. All the planet is in a microwave. And it's just like popcorn. There's some corns that pop first and some that never pop. So if you're here, you're obviously one of the ones that are popping first. And just be aware. That's all. Just be aware and find all the different tools and the support and the groups and show up like you are now, and all these things are good, but it's not going to change what's happening. It's just all big part of the process of what is happening. And I'm, for one, extremely grateful that I'm of the ones who are aware, because the ones who aren't aware are having a much harder time. Um, yes, you might walk around and observe some people seemingly living a life where they don't seem to be bothered by anything, and who are we to say, if the if and when the wave is gonna hit them. And I mean, just like popcorn, right? Some never pop, and there they are in the microwave, rolling around, and they don't pop. So you do you practice, you show up, you gather your tools and your strength, and the next phase after the observer mode is solidly anchored into your practice, and it's continuous. I mean, again, I'm not pretending when I say these things that I'm on it 24/7, not even close. Like, no, 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 no. That's why I practice. But I do practice, and that's the thing. Like, it's just like fitness or anything else, just like healthy eating. This ascension process is no different. All you gotta do is, hi Sheena, we just finished the meditation, but welcome. We do these every day, 3 p.m. at Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, the dedication to practice and to show up and to be consistent with some practice, meditation, prayer and meditation, writing, automatic writing, talking to people, share, don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep your crazy to yourself. I'll say it again, don't keep your crazy to yourself. Do not stay alone. Don't stay alone. I'm so grateful for the internet because we get to do this and everything else that we do. Don't stay alone. Don't stay alone in your head. Learn to be the observer in any way you can. And if you need help, write to anyone, write in the groups, go to yoga classes, go. Like, I can't, this isn't the same actually as fitness and eating healthy, because I'll tell you what, fitness is amazing, but you have a choice. You can be fat and whatever, like you can have a body shape that you don't enjoy, you'll beat up on yourself and this and that, but at the end of the day, like, unless you're being ridiculously unhealthy, it's fine. Like, you don't have to go to the gym every day or whatever. If you want to though, it's amazing. Healthy eating, same thing. You're only gonna end up meeting your doctor one day, But with this, we don't have a choice. You literally don't have a choice. Here you are awakening in the ascension process, and you gotta practice. You have to learn the tools. You have to come together in the communities and find the solutions. So tonight's practice was actually really, really lovely. It was very good, um, very useful, something to replay on a daily if you are at that stage of your process where you need support in this particular area, becoming the observer, becoming the ocean, relaxing into any trigger, anything that drains your energy, that sucks on your energy, that takes away from your ability to deal with life, your ability to deal with your job or the traffic or the children or whatever it is, and the ascension process, and the planet being in a microwave situation, and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of thoughts and behaviors and habits and situations, internal and external, that literally suck your life force. Um, so the observer mode is just spectacular for that. And it's a prerequisite. I mean, you like what is happening to humanity right now. Learning this skill is a prerequisite to everything else that's happening, to all the other different abilities that are opening up for people, channeling, clairvoyances, all sorts of things. So, okay, I'm rambling now, I'm going in circles, so I'm gonna sign off, and thank you again tremendously for contributing with your intention and with your guides and energy to this meditation, no matter when you are joining it. So, we'll see you again tomorrow. If you want to get notified, follow either me or my page, Intimately Connected, which you can see on my profile, and I'll post it after I finish with the video. I'll post a link to the page, because technically I want to be doing it from the page. I don't really want to be over. I just started these recently, but we are building like a really nice community, and I really love it. And the page allows for a lot more people to get on in the future, whereas my personal profile, eventually I'm just gonna limit it to like personal friends and stuff like that, and like maybe close it down. I don't know, in the future, not close it down, but you know what I mean. Like right now it's like public and open, and that's fine, but I do want to shift things to the page more and more, because I want to add a lot more events and teachings and things like that, for free or donation. I've dedicated my entire life to this. A Medium page. Oh, cool, excellent. And yeah, cool. Anyway, I am rambling now. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.